Hey everyone, Rebecca here, and look at what has just arrived. We've been sent the brand new Warhammer Quest Darkwater set from Games Workshop, and I've been dying to open this. I haven't peeked yet, so let's have a proper look together and see what is lurking inside the box. So this is the latest Warhammer Quest, and it's set in Giran, the realm of life, but this time it's not looking so healthy. There's something very wrong in the waters around the Jade Abbey, and evil is seeping in. Nurgle is up to his usual tricks basically, and it's down to a team of heroes to set things right. So Darkwater comes with a really strong set of characters, and not a Stormcast in sight. They all feel like they've walked out of a story rather than a regiment, flawed, weird and interesting. So as I open the box, the first thing we see is the sprue for them, and I'd just like to go through them with you if that's alright. Okay, so this is Edmark Valoran, Hammerhall Ashka's most confident man, and probably its least self-aware. He's a duelist, a knight, and supposedly the finest warrior alive, at least if you take his word for it. Seeing him built in the round, you get to see his whole vibe here. His dramatic stance, his heavy cloak, and the ornate shield with the manticore emblazoned across it. He's absolutely posing like someone who expects applause just for turning up. Despite the lore, which is about him bursting into flames once he loses control, the sculpt itself is really clean. It says no molten cracks or burn effects, it's just all beautifully smooth plate and noble trim. The Splinters of Action Realm Zone lodged in him means that whenever his temper flares, he literally ignites. So in game he's your classic tank, charging in, blocking hits and scorching anything that gets too close, including his allies if they stand in the wrong place. If you like being the centre of a fight, soaking up the aggro and declaring yourself the hero of every battle, then Edmark is absolutely your man. Next up is Bren Tylis, the Renegade Saint. She's part mercenary, part reluctant heir to a holy legacy, and she's absolutely done with anyone who underestimates her. Seeing her in the round really shows off how dynamic she is. She's got that forward stride, the raised blade, the tattered cloak snapping behind her. She looks like she's mid-charge, cutting straight into some poor Nurgle beastie. So if you're like me and your rolls are always pretty poor, mechanically you're going to love playing as Bren. She's perfect for players basically with really terrible luck. Because she's guided by the spirit of Saint Yondara, she gets to re-roll either all her movement rolls, or all her attack rolls, or all her save rolls every turn. So if you have cursed dice like me, Bren is the girl for you. She's also really good with relics. She has a chance to hold on to reward cards that other heroes would lose. It's very on brand for someone who has carrying a bag full of holy family heirlooms. If you like playing a character who's equal parts attitude, skill and inherited destiny, Bren's your girl. On to another lady. This is Inara Sion, the Cleansing Blade. She is the last surviving priestess of the Jade Circle and one of the coolest spellcaster sculpts that Games Workshop has released in ages. You can really see how elegant and serene she looks. Bare feet on the stone, robes flowing like water, hair sweeping away. She feels very Giran, very elemental. And check out the amphora that she carries. It's the sacred water from the Everspring. The sculpt actually lets you see how she's pouring that water, the power from the amphorae into the sword. Inara is absolutely your support and your control specialist. She is the hero for people who like keeping the party alive through clever plays rather than just smashing things. And she can create things like barriers of sacred water, so she can literally block off hexes to redirect enemies or protect allies. And because of her magic, she can reposition that barrier when she's close to it, so she's doing like crowd control in a dungeon crawler, which is quite fun. If you love being the one who quietly wins a scenario by outsmarting the enemy AI, or you just want to bring something elegant and a bit mystical, Inara is a really lovely choice. She brings calm to the chaos and then unleashes a tidal wave when needed. Next up is Drolf Ironhead. He's the Druiden Ranger who spent years hacking through the Everspin Swathe, which is basically Girion's version of a rainforest. His whole clan was drowned in a plague flood unleashed by the demon prince Gelgus Pust, more on him later, so he's got some unfinished business. If you like being the one to rush headlong to open every chest while everyone else is still fighting, Drolf is your dwarf. Once you've played through, you can unlock more heroes, and this one is a wild card. Drasher Vorn is the chieftain of the Arak Claw tribe of Gur, and he fights with the power of the Ebon Claw. It gives him beast-like strength at the cost of slowly turning him into a monster. Then there is Kelthannor, the Knothi centaur who moves like absolute lightning. He is all about mobility, galloping through enemies, bolting over obstacles and firing arrows on the move. But he can also allow his hunting horn to let his enemies reposition, which doesn't sound like much, but when you're a slow Druiden being outpaced by a centaur, that little push can really make all the difference. And finally, Jacobus Vyne, a jade wizard from Girien himself. He's the thinker of the group, channeling the realm of life through his vinewood staff. He can summon his spirit companion, Whisper, and even swap places with it, where it opens up a whole load of tactical tricks for you. His whole thing is calm among chaos, which is something this whole group desperately needs. So that is the full adventuring party. 7 heroes once you unlock them all, and each one with their own mechanics, quirks, and very strong opinions on how to deal with the problems of the Jade Abbey. It's a brilliant mix. You've got your fiery knight with anger issues, an explorer who charges through walls, a saint who steals relics, a watercaster who can literally change the battlefield, a berserker chieftain, a centaur prince, and a wizard with a ghostly sidekick. What more do you want? Okay, let's talk about the villains, because this box, it's stuffed, it's overflowing, it's positively bulging with Nurgle goodness. If you like your models dripping, oozing, leaking, or dissolving, well, Richard certainly does, you are going to love what is going on here. We've got a full rogues gallery, from tiny little swamp spirits all the way up to a demon prince. So I'm going to go through them one by one while you see the sprues and the artwork on the screen. So we'll start up with the Mire Kelpies. These are your classic starter enemies, but Darkwater style, so they're absolutely revolting. So they're like corrupted spirits. They're born out of the rot that has soaked into the Jade Abbey. They spit gunk, they bite, they slime everything, and when you chop them up, they will explode into acidic sludge, which is of course great fun. Next up we have the Pox-Wretches, and there's 14 of these in total. They are the most numerous enemies of the game, so you'll be seeing a lot of them. They wear these giant plague masks, and the masks literally rob them of sight. The idea is that without vision, the sense of smell becomes their weapon. And what do they hunt? Anything that smells clean. So heroes, soap, all the things that Nurgle despises. Next up, Pestigors. So these are beastmen twisted by Nurgle's gifts. So they've got bloated bellies, matted fur. They're tougher than the Pox-Wretches, and they hit a lot harder. They see the Jade Abbey, the holy site of Girien, as an insult to Nurgle's rightful dominion. So they'll smash through anything to reclaim it for the Plague Father. Next up are the Blight Templars. Now these are horrifying. They are enormous swollen champions of Nurgle. Now each one fights differently. One has a massive mace, which has got aura, which dissolves armour, literally. One wields dual axes, and one point uses his own intestines as a lasso. That's indeed what it says. So they're tanks. They're slow, nearly unstoppable, and disgusting. Now we have the Cankerborn. Now these are 3-headed demons born from a land being defiled. They claw their way out of the ground, twice the height of a plague bearer, dripping with slime and soil. The stench they give off is supposed to be so horrific it literally stops heroes mid-charge, which feels right considering it's got these 3 giant mouths sort of screaming at you. Their weapons are these huge rusted slabs that can sweep through multiple heroes at once. There's 2 of them facing 2 at once. Good luck. Now, this is Shaman Foulhoof, and we've put him together for you. He is the leader of the fly-blown Pestigor herd, and he's absolutely steeped in Nurgle's corruption, body and soul. He is a really good example of that twisted Ghyran meets decay aesthetic. As he turns, you can see how layered this sculpt is. He's covered in stitched hide, ritual robes, armour plates, straps, bone charms, fungus growths, all of it hanging together like a moving shrine to rot. The really striking thing is this mask and headpiece. Those long curling horns covered in little pustules, the long stretched skin hood. It gives him like a ceremonial priest-like silhouette. His staff is another fun detail with the bone, the bells, the symbols. And then there's that object in his hand, that dripping half-dissolved heart or organ he's waving around like an offering to Nurgle. It's grotesque in exactly the way that Nurgle fans love. In his encounters, he is pure disruption, so he can corrode your equipment, force you to discard reward coins, and turn the ground into a choking mire that slows your whole party. He's one of those bosses that just warps the entire scenario around him. He is an amazing villain, visually busy, thematically spot on, and full of painting opportunities. I just think he looks really great. Here's another one for you. This is Mulgoth the Cleaver. Mulgoth is Gelgus Pust's right-hand creature. He's a bitter nihilistic brute who hates beauty and purity just as much as he enjoys snapping spines. According to the lore, he was once a noble knight who contracted the weeping pox and was cast out. So now he hunts down heroes with absolute obsession. His mutated arm grabs and restrains people, and once he's got you, he just hacks away methodically until he decides that you've suffered enough. A true delight. We had to put this one together, and I've had to practice her name, Belga the Cystwitch. Right. She is amazing. We've put her together, and here there's the 360 that it's the only way to really show her off, I think. The artwork that's been released by Games Workshop is great, but it doesn't show the real sort of the meatiness, the true scale of this model, and I think she's really fab. As she turns, you can just see how big she is. She's much larger than she first appears from the front. That whole writhing, grub-like beast she's perched on is covered in cysts and boils, and weeping blisters, little horny bits. She's disgusting in that classic Nurgle way. So Belga herself was once a high priestess of the Jade Abbey, and now she's been twisted into this hunched, half-mad witch, stirring her cauldron with one hand, clutching her ritual staff. She's got these tattered robes, spikes with strange organic growths. She's absolutely littered with gems, beads and relics that probably meant something holy before she fell. So Belga was once one of the Jade Abbey's most respected priestesses, but she sided, unfortunately, with Gelgus Pust during his rebellion, hoping to gain control of the sacred Everspring. It didn't quite work out for her, so now she's been fused into this monstrous thing. Belga is all about disease, debuffs, and battlefield pressure. She spreads sickness, she inflicts long-lasting penalties, and her cauldron is a constant source of new misery. She tends to burrow around the corridors of the Jade Abbey, appearing exactly where you don't want her. When she shows up, your heroes start losing gear, losing stats, and generally having a terrible time. She's not a hit-hard villain, she's a slow suffocation, a rot that spreads. And she's honestly one of my favourites in this whole box. Beautifully sculpted, completely disgusting, and full of character. And finally, the main event, the wonderfully revolting Gelgus Pust, the Prince of Swords himself. Gelgus used to be a holy man of the Jade Abbey until ambition and envy got the better of him. He betrayed everything that he once protected, offering up his soul to Nurgle, and was rewarded with this towering, grinning mass of disease and decay. He smashes through walls. He tears apart heroes, and the more despair he sees, the stronger he gets. Proper classic Nurgle storytelling. Slow, unstoppable, absolutely revolting. And of course, Richard has already started painting him, and I knew this would happen as soon as we saw the sculpt. I'm not really allowed to do this, but I can pick him up. So he's actually really quite big. He's really quite large. I'm sure you can't really see it on the camera so well. I'm not allowed to really do that. Anyway, he is really big. He's a proper centerpiece model, covered in textures and little disgusting details. He's got that haunched, lumbering silhouette that just feels really unstoppable. If you want to paint yours, like Richard, he'll be doing full tutorials over on richardgraycreations.com. I better carefully put him down now. So, gameplay-wise, he grows stronger as the fight goes on. Any encounter with him is a race against time, as he gains more strength from watching those around him suffer. Then so the longer your party's in trouble, so the longer you have low health, or you are debuffed, or you're overwhelmed, the more powerful he will become. He's able to smash through obstacles and heroes alike physically, so he probably ignores a lot of typical restrictions, including blocked hexes and environmental hazards. He's a campaign climax. He's not a mini boss. This is the final boss. He's a big confrontation. So expect a multiple encounter with this guy. So that is the full cast of baddies, from the lowliest slime-spitting Kelpie to the Prince of Swords himself. It's honestly one of the most packed Warhammer Quest boxes in terms of enemy variety, and they all feel that they really belong in this world, in this corrupted version of Gyram. Painters get a field day, players get a huge cast of threats, and storytelling-wise, it's a proper cohesive Nurgle invasion. Okay, so I really want to show you this, as it's honestly one of my favourite parts of Darkwater. Instead of a big old game board or tiles, you get this 38-page hardback map book. It's absolutely gorgeous, it lays completely flat, and you get 18 different maps inside, each one taking up a double-page spread. And the neat thing is these aren't single-use maps. Each one changes based on the encounter card that you draw before your mission. So map 6 might be a chase scene, once run, and the next time it might be a hold the line scenario where you're just trying not to get flattened. In one playthrough, you might be trying to blow up a passage to get deeper into the Jade Abbey, while in another session the same hall becomes a more defensive mission as Nurgle horrors slop their way towards you. All that replayability comes from the card system, so the book is doing the environmental storytelling while the cards actually change what is happening. The game is split into acts, and each act mixes longer combat encounters with short little event scenes. So you'll have these big crunchy fights, usually with side quests or environmental hazards, and then between them you get these quick little decision moments. You roll a dice, you choose a direction, you play a mini-game, sacrifice something to get something, that kind of thing. It keeps the campaign flowing in a really nice rhythm, tense, quiet, tense again, and each time you play the order changes. And this is a brilliant quality of life thing. When you finish a session, everything goes back into these cute little deck boxes. You don't have to lay out the whole campaign out again or try and remember where you are. You just literally pick up the box next time and carry on. Honestly, I love this. It's so much better than the usual shove everything into the lid and pray system that I know that I am guilty of myself. So while I go through the box here, all the little extras, I want to talk very quickly about the core mechanics, because Darkwater has a couple of really interesting ideas. Every hero has a movement stat, usually random, a defense stat, your save roll, and a health value. And they've also got a combat profile. Edmark, for example, hits on 3+ with two dices in adjacent hexes. But the really clever bit is the energy system. Each hero has 3 core cards: move, attack, and aid. You spend these to generate energy, and then you use that energy to perform abilities. Once a card is expended, it can't be used again until the start of your next turn. So the turn that the order you perform these things really does matter. And you get this lovely little tactical puzzle every turn. Do you move first? Do you generate energy by burning a card you wanted to use? Do you gamble on a high roll and save energy for more attacks? It's simple, but there's a surprising amount of thinking in each turn. If your hero hits 0 health, you're not dead, you're vulnerable. Your card flips over to weaker versions. Move becomes struggle, attack becomes hinder, aid becomes guard. You can still contribute, but barely. And if you take damage in a vulnerable state, then your skin becomes infected, meaning that it costs more energy to do things. It's all very thematic. Nurgle doesn't kill you instantly, he just makes things progressively worse until you do die. Enemies in Darkwater don't just walk towards you like zombies. Every enemy has its own AI system. They have a behaviour track and use a colour-coded sort of enemy action dice that changes as the fight goes on. On turn 1, it might be the black die, so it might be enemies advancing or repositioning. On 2, they switch to red, so they're doing grievous blows. And on 3, they're retching slime everywhere and giving you all the horrible splattered status condition. Then the track resets and the cycle begins again. It's predictable enough to be able to plan enough, but just random enough to be quite scary, quite terrifying, quite fun. Before I forget, the rulebook and assembly guide is really clear. The assembly instructions are really not quite new, really quite... If you've been playing Warhammer, you're very familiar with this. Rule-wise, it's surprisingly complete and accessible, and they've borrowed a few bits from Cursed City and from Silver Tower, while sort of adding new mechanics and like the Mapbook and the energy card system. So you will be familiar with this if you've played the previous Warhammer Quest games. So that's it. That's the model, the villains, the hero, the mapbooks, the rule, the cards, and a little look about how Darkwater actually plays. Honestly, this is one of the most interesting Warhammer Quest boxes that they've ever put together, and we've barely scratched the surface. Richard is busy painting his Gelgus Pust, so expect tutorial videos and PDFs over at richgraycreations.com, and once he starts posting those all over the place. And yeah, let me know which hero you like and which one you're thinking of playing first, and whether you're brave enough to go anywhere near those Cankerborn. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.